Hello, today we're going to be talking about potting up our seedlings. It's really important that as you are growing your seedlings and getting them ready to go outside, that you want to make sure that they stay healthy. And the way to ensure that they stay healthy is so that they don't get root bound. So a lot of people start their seedlings in tiny seed cells, and they can't stay in that little tiny seed cell for 8 weeks because the roots will start winding around, or they'll be coming out from the bottom of the cell. It will start stressing the plant. It will slow down its growth. It won't be able to take up nutrients like water and other micronutrients that might be in the soil because it's starting to get stressed. So it's really important to do that work. So that's what we're going to do today. So I have a tray of celery here, and we're going to pot it up. So I'm going to show you, I'm going to move from this size cell to this size because I want this to be the final time that I pot up before I have to put them outside, which will be probably about 6 weeks if the snow ever goes away. So so how do I know when it's time to pot it up? How do I know? So this one's kind of telling me already. See the roots sticking out? And then another way, if you don't have any roots sticking out, you can gently take it out to see if you see the roots starting to wind around the pot. And so it's really important to do that. So I have some potting mix that I already created here. And so what I use, let me do something that you could see a little bit better. So right here I have cocoa coir, perlite, and worm castings. And that's what I'm going to be using to pot them up in. And because they're quite mature, I can begin fertilizing. Remember, the second true leaf, you can start fertilizing very gently. I use Grow Big because there's a recipe on the back that tells you what to do. So that way you won't burn your plants and burn the roots. So it's really, it works really well. And as you can see, look how healthy these plants are because they have been fertilized already. But now we're going to move them into a new home. So let's see. Oh, so very gently. Look at, I mean, that's amazing. It's just the right time to pot it up. So then I'm gonna put it in its new home and then surround it with some more soil and pack it down. And it's as simple as that. And then, you know, I'll put it back in the tray. So check your plants, make sure you check them, and keep your plants healthy and strong, because then when you do finally transplant them out into your garden outside, they're going to thrive and take off instantly. If your plants are stressed, they're not going to thrive instantly when they go outside. So monitor your plants and take care of your little plant babies, and we'll see you next time. You're probably asking yourself, why am I watching you fill bird feeders? Well, we're getting a huge storm starting tonight. It's Winter Storm Calvin. And at first they said 12 inches, then they said 18 inches. Now they're talking about up to 20 inches. So I need to make sure that the birds that I feed will be able to feed tomorrow when there's 20 inches of snow on the ground, because you can imagine the stress that's going to put on these birds, these wild birds trying to forage for food. So I'm topping them off because it may be a couple days before I can get out here again. I'm not affiliated with anyone, but these bird feeders are squirrel busters, and they're really terrific because, you know, if a squirrel can get on a feeder and eat, it'll just hang there and eat all day long, and then birds can't get anything. But what happens is, you can see this pushes down and it closes the little hole. They're a little bit pricey, but I save it in seed. It pays for itself with all the seed that I save because the birds aren't eating it. So it's really been a terrific investment. Just want to make sure I locked it. Yep. Okay, I'm going to turn you a little bit. Okay, we have a suet feeder here as well. And this is really important for the birds. They need the energy. They need, the fat from the suet. There's only a little tiny piece left. I'll put that down on the ground for the squirrels. What's nice about this particular suet feeder, it holds 2 cakes. So that way it lasts a little bit, and that makes it really convenient. Get all the seed off. But you can you hear the birds in the background? They're waiting for me to get finished with my job so they can get back here and eat. I'm a disturbance to them. I wipe my hands on the snow. And this is the other thing you can see, we still have so much snow left from the last storm. And it was so cold in single digits, it wasn't even melting. And so now we're going to have snow on top of snow on top of snow. And so it's really going to be very challenging for the birds. But I love bird watching. I like watching the birds flit around. It's almost like it's raining birds because so many come to my feeders, and it's really quite exciting. But I'm out here getting ready for tomorrow, and we'll see what happens. It's the next day. It's about 10 o'clock in the morning. Already we have about 18 inches of snow, very strong winds, and it's not expected to end till about 2 o'clock, so we could easily get another 6 more inches. They're predicting about 20 inches. But you could see the bird feeders are a vital source of food for the birds right now because everything is covered. Everything.